48, I've been told. Who's not on our roster, but that's all right. All right, so here we go at Butler Field in Scarsdale, New York, for a non-conference matchup between the White Plains Tigers and your Scarsdale Raiders. And it's an onside kick here. And it is recovered by the White Plains Tigers on the opening kickoff of the game. The Tigers pull a trick. And number 44 recovers it. Very interesting start to the game, and that is not what you want if you're a Raiders fan.
Yeah, not at all, Max. And as we saw before, it really caught them off guard. They were not expecting that, and now White Plains will start with the ball and receive the ball at half.
So we will get a look at junior quarterback Tyler Older. He's going to line up under center. He pitches it out to number 9, Nick Sexton, who knifes his way up just past the 40-yard line. And it'll be second down and about 8 yards to go. Older's back under center. He's got number 10, senior Luke Brooks in the backfield. And he pitches it out to Sexton again, who this time finds a little more success. But there is a flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to be coming back for holding.
Early on, Max, they seem to really be feeding him the ball a lot. They really must trust him.
Yeah. Nick Sexton's a guy they really like, and that's a guy that they really want to get involved. And that's one of the surprising things I've found about this White Plains team is their record might be 0-4, but they have a lot of weapons on this team to utilize. You know, senior wide receiver Miles Johnson, big, lanky guy, big threat on the outside. Always, you never know, he can make a big play with the ball in his hands. And then you got Nick Sexton, who they really like in the backfield. Junior, 5'8", 165. They like his size. Not a huge kid, but he definitely has a lot of agility to him. So after that 10-yard holding penalty, Olders with the ball on the ground. Olders fumbled the snap, but White Plains recovers it.
Third and long, Max. Let's see if this strong secondary for the Raiders continues what they've done in games prior and hopefully gets the stop here.
So it's third and about 21 yards to go with the ball on the White Plains Tigers' own 49-yard line. Older receives the play call. Let's see if that Raiders pass rush can get to them. Can get to Older here on a third and more than likely a passing play. And Older will give the ball off to number 6 there, Joey Kittlestad, and he does not get much there, and White Plains will have to punt. That was Colin Brennan on the tackle. Nice play there by the junior. So there's Camden Matlis back to receive. They nearly get the punt away. Matlis calls for the fair catch, and it will be Raiders ball at their own 21-yard line. So White Plains, despite using some trickery there on the opening kickoff, not able to get anything going. And so we'll get our first look at Nick Ebner-Borst, the junior, filling in for Spencer Rosen, and we'll see if they really decide to change up their offensive game plan tonight with Ebner-Borst behind center.
You know, Max, White Plains, despite showing signs of being good, is 0-4, and I think they will try to continue some run game that they've done in a lot of games prior. And as we've seen, Trevor Knopp has done an amazing job on it, also as a dual threat.
So Ebner-Borst behind center. He's got Gilligan in the backfield. He'll fake the handoff to Gilligan, and he'll give it to Trevor Knopp, tiptoeing down the sideline, and he'll get a nice gain on first down.
Yeah, strong athletic play by Trevor Knopp. We've seen that a lot from him so far, and we hope to continue to see it the rest of the game.
Yeah, so Knopp gets about 6 yards there on first down. 8 yards. Really nice play by Knopp, stay in bounds. Trevor Knopp's a very dynamic player with the ball in his hands. That's the guy I'd really like to see them get involved tonight. So Ebner Borst back under center with Gilligan in the backfield once again. Knopp in motion, and they'll give it to Gilligan this time, who does not find much, but the offensive line pushes him forward for about another yard, but he'll still be short. So it'll be about 3rd and 1 there. Got about half the distance.
And then 1 for the Raiders.
Big play here early in this game for the Raiders. Ebner Borst running back to the huddle. He's got Vibbert and Burrows split wide with Gilligan back in the backfield. Knopp in motion, and they'll give it to Gilligan. No, he'll keep it himself, and he'll give it to Camden Matlis with a nice gain on 3rd and 1.
You know, senior, mainly known as cornerback, Camden Matlis, an athletic play there. As I said before, we primarily see him on defense. He's a super strong corner, and of course a part of this strong Raiders secondary defense.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 at their own 39-yard line for the Raiders. Ebner Borst will give it to Knopp on the reverse, and he's got room to run, but he's tripped up and falls forward for a few. Lost the ball on the play, but he was down.
Ball carried for a gain of 4.
Looked like Knopp had more room to run there than he did. That was a really nice play by Nick Sexton, also the running back for the Tigers, to trip him up and hold him to only a gain of about 2 yards. Ebner Borst will give it again. That's Camden Matlis, who makes a man miss with a nice juke move. And the offensive line still pushing him. And he'll get another Raiders 1st down. Nice play call there from the Raiders, going with the end around.
Strong athletic play by senior captain Camden Matlis. Seemed to be feeding him the ball a lot early on from the run game.
Yeah, Camden Matlis has really gotten involved early here. That's another player I'd like to see them get involved. Knopp and Matlis, 2 key players for the Raiders.
Completely agree, Max.
Ebner Borst, and this time he'll give it to Camden Matlis once again. Fighting his way for a couple more yards. About a gain of 8 there.
8-yard carry by number 8 for the Raiders.
8 yards for number 8. Tigers coach very unhappy with the play of his team on those last few plays.
Official timeout.
And there will be an official timeout on the field. And they're saying that it's a 1st down for the Raiders. They're saying that the 1st down marker was in the wrong spot. Borst will give it to Knopp, who has room down the left sideline, and he's going to make a man miss, still on his feet. Luke Brooks pulling him backwards, but Knopp is hard to take down.
Ball carried by number 15, Trevor Knopp. No gain on the play. It'll bring up second.
You know, Max, here on third down, I want to see a little more from second down. I want to see a little more from the pass game. We're starting to see them feed the rock, but I would like to see how Ebner Borst does in the pocket.
Yeah. Tigers defense really stacking the box here. It would be nice to see a little play action, try and get Vibbert in a one-on-one situation. Snap in motion, but they'll give it.
Flag on the play. Carried by number 8.
That was Camden Matlis on the run, who could not get much yardage on the play, but there was a flag. And it'll be a holding on the Raiders.
Penalty on the Raiders. Will still be second down. From the White Plains 46.
So it'll be second down and a country mile. Ebner Borst rolls out and he throws incomplete. That was Camden Matlis, the intended receiver.
Pressure got to him pretty quickly there, Max, from number 55. Seeing the front four on the White Plains Tigers done pretty good so far on this drive, stopping the run game and stopping pass.
Yeah, that was a nice pass rush there. Really just broke through the center of that offensive line. Ebner Borst back under center with Gilligan in the backfield once again. He'll fake it to Gilligan. Pump fake on the throw, spinning his way just shy of the 40-yard line, and it'll be fourth down and very long.
Tackle by number 50 of White Plains. It'll bring up fourth down.
And the Raiders will send on Felipe Charlodowski to punt it away.
You know, Max, I got to say, early on, he doesn't look too comfortable in the pocket. I'm hoping he starts to build a little more confidence as the game progresses.
Yeah. You would have liked to see Ebner Borst make more happen on that play, but there wasn't really anything open downfield. So that'll be Nick Sexton back to receive the punt. High snap. Nice punt here. And White Plains will let it bounce. And the Raiders will down it right at the 20-yard line. So with 4:30 to go in this first quarter, White Plains will get their second offensive possession of the game. So let's see if Tyler Older and company can get a little more going on this drive for the Tigers.
Referee John Jones. Umpire Robert McCarthy. Head linesman Christopher Soriano. Field judge Christopher Ellis. Back judge Christopher Jarrow.
So Older back in shotgun. He's got Sexton in the backfield. And there is a movement on the Tigers.
Flag on the play.
Number 88 was in motion.
False start on White Plains. That'll be a 5-yard penalty.
And I believe it was on center, Marco Peroni.
And the other clock operator is Passe Fentress.
So back in shotgun is Older. Drops back in the pocket. Heaves it downfield, and he finds his man, Luke Brooks, down to the 40. Just found a hole in the Raiders' defense and hit his man.
There's a flag on the play.
There is a flag down.
25-yard pass completion. Holding on the offense.
And it's a holding on the Tigers. That is a killer there. He had a long time in the pocket, so that would explain why, but that is a really demoralizing penalty after they would have gotten a nice passing play to Luke Brooks on first down, and it will be negated.
Penalties have killed him so far, 2 times now.
Yeah, they've really shot themselves in the foot to start this game.
At their own 7-yard line.
So it'll be first and 20 yards to go. Older will pitch it out to Sexton, who shows a burst of speed and is tackled just shy of the 20-yard line.
Ball carried by White Plains, gain of about 7.
So Sexton almost gets all the penalty yardage back, and it'll be second down and about 12 or 13 yards to go.
Tackled by number 44, Ryan Gilligan.
That was Gilligan on the tackle. Older will pass, heaves it deep, and he's got a man. Number 2, Miles Johnson, going up and making a play on the ball. Impressive contested catch by Johnson, and that's a guy they really want to get involved more going forward in this game. 6 foot, 160 pounds. Not that big of a kid, but he is lanky, and he has the ability to really make some nice plays.
We haven't seen much from the Scarsdale secondary so far, but they've been one of the strong suits throughout the season, so I'd like to see how they'd recover.
Yeah, that was Vibert in coverage there. Tough play there. So Older back in shotgun with Sexton in the backfield. He looks to throw, breaks a tackle, and he finds his man along the sideline, but the ref will say he was out of bounds. That was Miles Johnson again, who almost made a fantastic catch along the sideline.
You know, Max, this front four for the Scarsdale Raiders almost got to him. Max Siegel, senior captain, almost got him.
Yeah, got a hit on the quarterback there. That's what you like to see.
Pushed out of bounds by number 24, Max Tinberger. Going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 to go here. Ball at the 44-yard line for the Tigers. At the bottom of your screen is senior wide receiver Joey Kittlestad. Olders will throw, and he finds his man, Miles Johnson, once again, and he'll get about 7 yards.
Tackled by number 8.
So it'll be third down and about 3 yards to go.
Third down for the Tigers. At the 50.
That was Camden Matlis on the tackle. He's been all over the field so far to start this one.
Go, let's get in there, boys.
Kittlestad and Brooks on the bottom of your screen, with Older in shotgun once again.
Coming your way.
He'll give the ball off to Sexton, and he has nowhere to go. He loses a yard on the play.
So 4th down now. We saw some great defensive plays there from the Scarsdale defense, recovering from some rough plays early on. They got beat in the secondary twice. One of them they got bailed out on, but now they look to be getting their ball back as the White Plains Tigers will be punting it away.
Watch the fake!
So Matlis and I believe Vibert back to receive the punt once again. Just gets the punt away. Matlis signals for a fair catch at the 26-yard line. First down, Raiders.
Looks like we might be getting a roughing the punter there, Max.
There is a flag. And White Plains is bringing their offense back onto the field.
Come on, guys!
Yeah, roughing the punter really coming back to hurt them. They had the ball there. They had a chance to start moving down the field. Not a great momentum play.
I believe it is going to be running into the kicker. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty and set up a It'll give White Plains a first down. That is a killer.
Come on, coaches, let's get this right.
That is a devastating penalty for the Raiders, who are about to get off the field. You can't be doing that against a team that's 0-4.
Not the cleanest game early on, Max.
From either side. It's been a sloppy game so far from both sides. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 46 as the sun kind of peeks through a little here. Night is starting to get a little nicer out. Older back under center. He'll pitch it to Sexton, who knives his way once again, and he'll only get about a yard there. Nice tackling by the Raiders. Max Timberger there on the tackle.
Gain of 2 on the play. Tackled by a host of Raiders.
Nice tackle by Timberger there. Shedding a tackler and getting right to the running back.
It's White Plains nothing and the Raiders nothing.
So timeout by the White Plains Tigers, and we will be back in a moment. So we are back after that timeout with 38.3 seconds to go in the half. Older back under center. Raiders showing blitz. They give it to Kittlestad, who fights his way for a couple, but nowhere near the first down marker, and it'll be 3rd down and long.
It's a 2-yard gain. They'll bring up 3rd and about 6.
Max, they could really use a stop here. They've been on defense for a long time, and they're going to need to get some offense. Defense looks a little winded, if you ask me.
Yeah, we don't have a stopwatch to calculate time of possession, but if I had to guess, I'd say the White Plains Tigers are dominating in that standpoint so far. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
At the end of the first quarter.
And that is the end of the first quarter.
0-0.
It is 0-0. 3rd down and 6 coming up on the other side of this break. All right. The ref gives the signal, and the clock and the second quarter are now underway. Older under center. Fakes the handoff. Heaves it down the field. Just overthrows his man, Joey Kittlestad. And that's a break for the Raiders. Bad coverage there, but Older was not able to find his man. And it looks like the Tigers might keep their offense on the field.
Secondary's gotten burned a lot of times today. I think they're going to have to clean that up a little bit if they're going to want to come out and win this game.
And after some thinking about it, the Tigers will elect to punt on 4th and 6. Good decision there by the Tigers, playing the field position game. So Vibert and Matt Liss back to receive once again.
Be ready, boys, be ready. Watch the ball, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Nice punt. Matt Liss this time will not fair catch it. Lowers his shoulder down the sideline, and he's forced out just shy of the 35. Make it the 32-yard line.
Hey, let's go offense.
So here is Nick Ebner-Borst back out there at quarterback. He's got Gilligan in the backfield. He'll give it to Gilligan, who fights his way for about 6 yards.
You know, Max, strong running from Ryan Gilligan, strong kid. Looks like he made a little bit of a something out of nothing there type of play. He just ran right into the defense and got a lot of yards after contact.
Yeah, really powered his way for those yards. Hard fought 6 yards. Ebner-Borst keeps himself. There's a flag, and this one will likely be coming back.
Ball carried by number 9, Nick Ebner-Borst. Flag on the play.
And it will be a holding on the Raiders.
With the real offense.
Really sloppy game still. We thought they were going to try to clean it up a little bit, but still getting a lot of flags early on, both sides.
Yeah, not what you want to see out of the Raiders thus far. This is a team that really does believe that they can host a playoff game, which I've said a few games ago is something that hasn't been done here since 2017. But in order for that to happen, they've really got to clean their stuff up. Ebner-Borst fakes it, under duress, rolls out to his right, makes a man miss at the line of scrimmage, and he's got room. Dragged down, but that's a Raiders first down, and here comes a flag. It was an 18-yard run there by Ebner-Borst, but once again, it looks like it's going to be coming back. And the refs decide to pick up the flag, and it'll be a first down for the Raiders. Great play there by Nick Ebner-Borst.
Yeah, great run out of pocket. He got pressured early on, but he was able to maneuver his way for a first down.
So Ebner-Borst once again under center with Knopp in motion. He'll pitch it out to Knopp. Makes a man miss, and there's a flag down, but Knopp with another great run. And this one, once again, looks like it'll be coming back. It was a 15-yard run by Knopp. And Trevor Knopp is not happy. He is yelling at his teammates after another penalty, really showing some frustration. And to be honest, I don't blame him. That was a great run. Really put a lot of effort into that play, and just to see it get wiped away like that is very frustrating.
Yeah, not fun when you get the hole and you're open for a first down, but then you have to get it called back. It's frustrating.
Yeah, that was a really nice play by Knopp too. He made Nick Sexton miss at the line of scrimmage. Little stutter step. And the ball is on the ground. And it's White Plains ball. Some miscommunication on the handoff between Ebner Barst and Ryan Gilligan, and that'll cost the Raiders the possession, and it'll be Tigers ball in Raiders field position.
Rough showing from the Scarsdale offense so far. They're going to have to clean some stuff up at half, and I'm curious to hear what Coach Bagala and Coach Verbois have to say about this.
Yeah, watching that replay, it looks like Gilligan thought that Ebner Borst was going to keep the ball there, but he didn't. He was trying to give it to Gilligan, who didn't realize, and that's just a miscommunication there, which is something that comes along when you have a quarterback only starting his second game. Rosen with a lot more experience, you have to wonder if that would have happened if he was under center. Olders pitches it out to Sexton, who runs very hard there. It picks up a first down, but a flag has been thrown. Another flag, and it's a holding on the Tigers. My goodness, Cole. The amount of holds we've seen in this game is really something.
Both offensive lines have not looked great so far. There's been a lot of pressure, but there's also been a lot of holdings, and both offenses have not done well as a result of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is a result of great defensive line play, forcing the holdings, or just sloppy offensive line play.
You know, I think it's mostly sloppy offense. We're seeing a lot of flags, and it seems to be the resulting factor for why teams aren't getting in the scoring position early on.
Yeah. So, Tyler Older back in shotgun, 88 in motion. Drops back, under pressure, throws it downfield, and it's nearly intercepted. That was Camden Matlis who seemingly got his hands on it, but Luke Brooks, the intended wide receiver, basically played the role of a defensive back there and broke up the pass, preventing Matlis from coming away with it. That was a hard collision there. So it'll be Kittlestad, Brooks lined out. Olders on the run, and the pass is off the hands of number 88. Unfortunately, we do not have number 88 on our roster, so we cannot identify that player, but it was off his hands. Incomplete. Third down and about 20 yards to go. The thing I've noticed, Cole, is these holding penalties have really killed the drives for these teams. Assuming White Plains can't convert here on 3rd and 20, but every time a team's gotten a holding, they just have not been able to find their way out of it and pick up the first down. Holdings are really a crushing penalty.
Yeah, and when they're getting the ball in stride, it's resulting in players to move back. It's not fun.
Olders hits his man. That is Miles Johnson once again, and he is swarmed by a bunch of Raiders. So it'll be 4th down at about 10. So Johnson just made it in a spectacular play, but he was only able to get back to the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage. The holding calls really hurting both these teams so far. So 8:40 left to go in this second quarter of play. Matlis and Vibert back. Vibert, or that was Matlis who called for the fair catch, and the Raiders will get the ball at their own 14-yard line.
And the Raiders will take over at their own 14-yard line.
So let's see if this Raiders offense can finally start to get something going.
Yeah, not much so far. It's been very sloppy from holding calls in the offense and the fumble we saw in the last drive. A lot of momentum killers. I want to see if they can fix it before the half and hear what both the coaches have to say at half to hopefully fix it in third and fourth quarter.
Yeah. Ebner Borst back under center. And he'll give it to his man. Trevor Knopp almost breaking free. Shoelace tackled there. And he gets about 8 yards.
A lot of room to run there if he breaks that tackle, but nonetheless, great play. Very shifty player.
Yeah, he was tackled by the shoelaces there by Joey Kittlestad. And if Kittlestad wasn't able to make that play, Knopp could have been off for the races. Alex Crumpkin is getting taped on the sideline. The end around to Matlis, picking and choosing his way. And he'll pick up a Raiders first down. Nice play there by Matlis.
Nice little play there by Matlis. We've seen him feed the ball a lot at this offense so far, and he's done a great job with it, but a lot of the offensive yards have been lost from the holdings that we've seen so far.
Yeah, Matlis showed some patience there behind the line of scrimmage, picking and choosing his way through the offensive line, and he was able to get a nice play. So it'll be a first down for the Raiders as Ebner Borst is back under center. He'll give it to Knopp, who gets a nice block, and he's not able to get much on the play. He'll get about 4 yards, 3-4 yards.
Didn't really have much room to run there. He's lucky to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Got 5 on the play. Clock now under 7 minutes to go in the half. Ebner Borst will give it to Knopp once again down the left sideline, lowering his shoulder and forced out of bounds. Nice play there by Joey Kittlestad. So it'll be third down and about 2 yards to go. 3 yards to go. Ebner Borst back under center. Gives it to Knopp once again, who's met in the backfield. I really do not like that play call. They did the same play there 3 times in a row. And the Raiders are going to have to punt it.
Not a smart play call. They're not getting down the field like they need to beat this team.
Yeah, I really don't understand what the thought process was behind that. 3 of the same plays in a row. I mean, this is not a stupid Tigers team. They're going to know when they see it if they did it 3 times in a row, and that's not a good play.
Oh my God. Learn how to count. Jesus.
Some confusion on the Raiders sideline. A high snap, and it is over Felipe's head. And he still manages to get it away. That is a fantastic punt by Felipe Charles-Dofsky, and it's going to keep rolling. It's going to keep on rolling down into Tigers territory. What a play by Felipe Charles-Dofsky.
Awesome play by the junior. Showed a lot of athleticism, avoiding the blockers and getting the punt out to the other side of the field.
Yeah, that's a game-changing play, to be honest with you. That could have been 7 for the Tigers, like the snap of my fingers. They could have easily gotten that ball, but Felipe was able to use some athleticism, avoid the rush, and punt it away. And then the ball bounced for another 10 yards after it landed. That is a fantastic play there, and sets the Tigers up with not great field position, considering how this game has gone with 5:18 left to go in the first half play. Olders will give it to Sexton. And he is hit immediately, and he will get nothing. 2nd and 10.
Hey, stay low!
Olders back in shotgun. He's got Sexton split to his right. He'll pass, and he's got his man, number 2, Miles Johnson.
You know, after this half, I really would like to see if Scarsdale's defense figured this out. The secondary's been burned numerous times, and they've caught these holes.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, he was burned there more, but I would say that this zone defense has really been kind of picked apart strategically. Johnson just has been really able, and Luke Brooks, frankly, has been able to just find the holes in the defensive coverage, just sit there and let Olders make the throw. So it's really come down to Olders' throwing ability. He's overthrown his men a few times, so Raiders are living and dying on the hill of letting Olders throw. And that'll be a false start on the White Plains Tigers.
Also enjoy a hamburger hot dog over at the barbecue at halftime.
So make it
There's a penalty on White Plains.
make it 3rd down and about 7 yards. Or 2nd down and 7 yards to go.
Come on, defense!
Olders in the pocket gets lit up. And there's a flag.
That's what you're calling now?
Pass is
He completed his pass. Somehow he was able to get that one away to Miles Johnson.
That's horrible.
And it's going to be roughing the passer.
See a replay? That was so bad.
Here's a replay of the roughing the passer call.
Yeah, it looks like he hit him almost on the release. I don't know what the call is there. I'd say it's a little debatable.
Yeah, not sure. Not sure about that call. And they are going to pick the flag up.
3:46 left.
Er.
Remains scoreless.
Not sure what just happened there. They got the 1st down, but it looks like they picked the flag up. Yeah, I believe that is what happened. They'll pitch it out to Sexton, who has room down the left sideline, lowers his shoulder. And he'll get about 6 yards.
He looks to be a factor for them, Max. He's gotten the ball numerous times. He almost looks to be their primary target on the running game and the passing game.
Yeah, so what I believe happened after that roughing the passer call was they had completed the pass to Miles Johnson for the 1st down, and then they would have gotten another 15 on the roughing call, but after discussion, the refs decided to pick it up, which was the right decision. But nonetheless, White Plains driving here with almost 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Olders back in shotgun. He's got Sexton in the backfield. Sexton in motion. Olders heaves it downfield, and he's got his man. And Joey Kittlestad is lit up, and the pass is broken up, and there's a flag on the play.
Hard hit by Alex Crumpkin. Great play by the sophomore defensive back, but the flag is going to hurt him.
Yeah, that'll probably be a pass interference. though I'm not sure I quite agree with that. Looked like he was, and now they're going to have a discussion.
Guys, we gotta even this out, boys. We gotta even this out, Brad.
So it's going to be a unnecessary roughness call on the Raiders, not a pass interference. They're going to say that it was a hit on a defenseless wide receiver.
Official timeout.
So we will step aside as the officials call timeout on the field.
The quarterback is holding the ball on the roughing passer.
All right, so we are back after that official timeout, short little timeout.
Go defense.
So Kittle's stat after getting lit up by Alex Crumpkin will stay on the field, showing some grittiness. Olders in shotgun. It's time to throw. Finds his man, Miles Johnson, on a slant route.
Pass complete. 7 yards on the play. We'll bring up 2nd and 3 from the Tigers.
7-yard gain on the play.
Curious to see if they drew a little bit of clock here, Max. There's only 2:30 left to go, and they're closing in on their own end zone.
Yeah. How big would it be for the White Plains Tigers to get a 7 on the board heading into half? That would be big for their confidence. 2nd down and about 3 to go. Pitch out to Nick Sexton.
Pitch to number 9 of White Plains.
He will get another 1st down, and the clock will keep ticking.
Brings the ball down to the Raider 9. That'll be a 1st down for the Tigers.
So the ball now on the Raiders' 9-yard line. White Plains is knocking on the door here. And timeout used by the Raiders with 1:47
Raiders.
left in the 2nd quarter.
Remaining in the 1st half.
So it'll be 1st and goal for the White Plains Tigers at the Raiders' 9-yard line, knocking on the door. High snap, but Olders is able to handle it, and Nick Sexton is blown up on the play.
Number 72.
Aiden Brennan on the tackle.
Aiden Brennan makes the tackle.
Aiden Brennan was just able to burst into the backfield there and put a nice hit on Nick Sexton. So White Plains loses 3 on the play. Olders will roll out to his right. And he'll get lit up. This time it's Colin Brennan. So the Brennan brothers on back-to-back plays make nice tackles.
Yeah, Scarsdale's really challenging them now to get this ball in the end zone. 3rd and long.
And now another timeout will be used out.
57 seconds left.
Not sure by who this time. But there are 57.7 seconds left in this first half. First half that's moved very fast. It's been 53 minutes since kickoff. All right, so after that timeout, the White Plains offense comes back onto the field. So it'll be 3rd and goal at the Raider 13-yard line. Let's see what Tyler Older and this White Plains coaching staff draws up on 3rd and long. Older will move to his left. He'll heave it down to the end zone, and it's picked off. That's Camden Matlis, who's still on his feet, and he is tackled right around the 20-yard line.
Great play by the defense there. They really pulled off some great plays down in their own end zone.
So the Raiders now will have an opportunity with 44.3 seconds left to try and get some points of their own on the board, and that is not what you want if you're a White Plains Tiger fan.
That was Camden.
8.
Number 8.
Number 8.
No, 8. Number 8. Number 8.
Correction, interception by number 8, Camden Matlis.
So Emner Borst will keep it himself. He'll throw it into heavy, tight coverage. Wow. Interesting decision there by Ebner Borst to throw it to a tightly guarded receiver.
I'm going to say it again, Max. He really doesn't look comfortable in the pocket. I want to see a little more patience to try and find that open receiver. He looked like he was trying to push a pass there that should not.
Yeah, it really reminds you of a lot of young NFL quarterbacks who want to roll out in the pocket more than step up into the pocket. I'm not going to name names because it's not a good comparison, but there's a young quarterback on the Jets who likes to do that quite frequently. Doesn't like to step up into the pocket and prefers to roll out, which is not the ideal thing to be doing. And I would really like to see Ebner Borst feel more comfortable there in the pocket, like you were saying, Cole. So it'll be 2nd down and 10, 38 seconds to go. He'll look to pass, and he'll find Knopp, who has some room down the left sideline, tiptoeing, and he's upended. Wow. Trevor Knopp gets taken out from underneath him. What a hit.
Gets right back up, Max. Tough player.
But Knopp gets enough for the first down and does get out of bounds. With 29 seconds left to go in this first half of play. Borst will keep himself, finds a little bit of room, and goes out of bounds on the left sideline.
working the clock really well with these ticking seconds.
Yeah, the question is really going to be, well, does Scarsdale feel comfortable attempting a long field goal with Felipe Charlodowski? I'm not sure. So this could be a situation where they got to go all the way down to the end zone. And if that's the case, with taking 5 to 7 yard plays, I'm not really sure the Raiders are going to have enough time to get there. But if they feel comfortable attempting, let's say, a 30-yard field goal, 40-yard field goal, they probably would have enough time. Ebner Borst drops back. He'll launch it downfield. He'll throw it up for Vibert, and it's nearly intercepted. Great coverage there by number 88 on the White Plains Tigers to break that one up and nearly pick it off.
Yeah, tough coverage there. Michael Weber wasn't able to come down with it, but I love the aggressiveness from Scarsdale letting the ball fly.
Yeah.
Sorry, make that 17. Mikey Vibert, incomplete.
Vibert a little shaken up after that play. He'll go off to the sideline. Now 15.9 seconds to go. Raiders running out of time very quickly. Ebner Borst will drop back once again, roll out to his right, try and make something happen, and he is taken down. Ebner Borst is sacked. And that will probably and will take us to the end of the first half. So at the end of the first half, we have a ball game on our hands, folks. 0-0.
Not much offense so far. Great defense.
So the Raiders are going to have to go to the drawing board at halftime because what they're doing is not working. They have not been able to move the ball as well as they should be against an 0-4 Tigers team. Was not a good first half for the Raiders. What do you think the Raiders should do differently in the second half, Cole?
I want their secondary to pick it up a little more. I think they're getting caught. White Plains is getting open in a lot of spots in the secondary, and I want them to close those gaps a lot. So that's one thing. On the offensive side, I think we want to continue to see them throw the ball. I like the aggressiveness at the end, towards the end of the half. And I want to see that aggressiveness even in a normal matter that's not in a rush clock.
Yeah, I agree with that, Cole. All right, so we will be back in 15 minutes. You know, Raiders just got to keep running hard, keep their heads down, control the line of scrimmage, play cleaner ball, and just overall play a much less, play less handcuffed. I feel like the Raiders have to just play more open and not be committing all these penalties that have really derailed some drives. So Felipe Charlodowski will kick it away to start the second half. And that'll be a kickoff out of bounds. So as soon as I go on my whole little talk about how Scarsdale has to play a cleaner, less sloppy game of football, the opening kick of the second half is out of bounds. And I know the whole idea with the pooch kick to try and force a fumble caused some confusion for the Tigers, but I mean, the risk reward is really not there. Now the Tigers are going to get the ball right at the 40-yard line. I mean, that's not, or 35, I should say. That's not what you want to see. It's just continuing the theme of sloppy football.
Completely agree, Max. I think we've seen White Plains pretty sturdy with the ball. They have not fumbled yet. I don't think there's a reason to try the pooch kick to hope for a fumble.
Yeah, I don't agree with that opening play call, but let's see if the defense can continue to shut down this Tigers offense. So Olders back under center with Nick Sexton now in motion. He'll pitch it out to Sexton down the right sideline, and there is Gilligan making a fantastic tackle.
Pitches to number 9, no gain on the play. Tackled by a host of Raiders.
So it'll be second down and 10. Gilligan held him to nothing on the play. No yards.
Strong defensive lineman, strong running back. Great player, Ryan Gilligan.
Yeah, a few weeks ago versus Yonkers Brave, homecoming night here in Scarsdale, Gilligan had 4 total touchdowns. 1 on a scoop and score on defense and 3 rushing touchdowns. There's Sexton again on the left side. So he tests the left side of the Raiders defense and gets nothing once again. So Gilligan once again in on the tackle, and the Raiders up front starting to impose their will a little bit.
You know, Max, I think they were imposing their will a little bit in the first half too. I just don't think we noticed it as much just because the offensive line was very sloppy and we didn't see any scoring. We didn't really put into consideration how well they'd been doing.
Yeah, so that was Ellis Crane combined with Gilligan on second down, and it'll be 3rd down and 10. So 2 runs and nothing to be said for this Tigers offense. Let's see if Miles Johnson, lined up at the bottom of your screen with Trevor Knott, makes a play here. And they're going to look for him, and it's picked off. Mikey Zibber with a huge interception for the Raiders to start the second half. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Defense coming out strong, making a statement early in this half. I think they want to take that momentum and they want to carry it on offense, hopefully get a score here.
Mikey Vibert just intercepting that ball, going up, showing his strong hands. Plays wide receiver as well, and that is a heck of a catch and a big turnover for the Raiders when they needed it most. Hopefully the offense can build on that momentum and put a score on the board. So the Raiders will get the ball at their own 40-yard line. So let's see what the changes at halftime were that were made. Ebner Borst back under center. He'll keep it himself, cuts up the middle, keeps his feet moving, and that's a 1st down for the Raiders. Tough running for Nick Ebner Borst.
Great play, took some players with him there. He was running with a little bit of contact, a little bit of steam, a little bit of anger almost, trying to get forward for that 1st down, trying to make a statement in the second half.
Yeah. Almost upended and took a big hit, but he didn't let the Tigers defender take him down, and he just kept on moving his feet, kept on plowing forward, and picked up a 1st down, and that's tough running. Ebner Borst back under center. He's got Gilligan in the backfield. And that is going to be a false start on the offense. Looked like the left side of the line moved when they saw Matlis in motion. They got a little excited and decided to jump.
Still seeing a lot of flags here from this Raider offense and special teams.
Yeah, that's two flags already in the first 3 minutes of the half for the Raiders. 1 on special teams, 1 on offense. But if they can keep running the ball like they have been, or at least Nick Ebner Borst has been, they should find success. I really like the QB run. That's something they should be doing more of. That's one of Spencer Rosen's specialties, who's out tonight with a high ankle sprain. This time he keeps himself once again. Stays on his feet. He's at the 40. Ebner Borst is tripped up after a long carry there for Nick Ebner Borst. And that'll be a Raiders 1st down.
I think that could be a momentum change, Max. They haven't been in this Tigers side of the field in a long time. They've had all in this game. So I think this could definitely be momentum change.
Yeah, and they are, I believe, at the Tigers' 19-yard line. So they are in the Tigers' red zone now. Let's see what this Raiders offense can do. They'll give the ball to Matlis, makes a man miss, and he's wrestled down. Hard running for Camden Matlis, showing off some agility there. And that'll be a Raiders 1st down, so it'll be 1st and goal for the Raiders, I believe, right around the 8-yard line. Let's see, can the Raiders open up this second half with a touchdown of their own and erase that 0 on the board? Ebner Borst back under center. He's got Gilligan in the backfield. He'll keep himself once again. Cuts up the middle, and he is in. Touchdown Raiders. Nick Ebner Borst, and the Raiders strike first in this game.
Big play from Ebner Borst, showing great dual threat ability in running that ball this entire drive. I think probably had a good amount, over like 60 yards, I'd say.
Yeah, and now, yeah, you're right. It was like 60-yard drive, and now the crowd is starting to get into it. This crowd that's been quite lifeless for most of the game is now starting to feel a little bit with that opening drive score from the Raiders. So the Raiders are able to turn. It's a low snap, and the kick is no good. So something that has been a problem recently for the Raiders is their snaps on extra points, which is what cost them the game versus New Rochelle. It was a bad snap last week, which forced a no good kick attempt, and this week it's a bad snap that Vibert is not able to turn into a 2-point conversion. That is a costly no good attempt, because now a touchdown will take the lead essentially for the Tigers if they can execute their extra point attempt, but they're going to have a long way to get to the end zone.
Yeah, Max, you got to hope the Scarsdale defense holds them, unless otherwise that missed PAT might come back to hurt them.
Yeah, could really come back to haunt them.
Big hit.
So let's see if the Raiders play a little safer here on this kickoff attempt. That was a great drive by Nick Ebner Borst, though. Came out of this halftime looking for blood, looking to get physical, and he did so on that drive. So here's the kick, and they're going to go for the pooch once again. And once again, it'll go out of bounds. So sloppy play, bad decisions, and once again, the Tigers will get the ball at their own 35-yard line. So really disagreeing with the coaching choices. Really don't like pooch kicks. I would have liked them to just pin the Tigers back. So let's see if Olders and company can take advantage of this field position again. Back in shotgun is the Tigers offense. Miles Johnson at the bottom of your screen, matched up with Trevor Knopf once again. He's got Sexton in the backfield, and he'll give it to Sexton, picking and choosing his way, and he's got a seam. Wow, was that an impressive tackle there by Max Siegel, I believe, just saving a long touchdown run. Wow, that could have been costly for the Raiders. Nick Sexton with a full head of steam just tripped up there. Olders in shotgun. This time he'll fake the handoff and he'll overthrow his man. The intended target there was the senior Joey Kittlestad, who took a hard hit earlier in this game by Alexander Crumpkin. He had a man there too. 88 was open on the slant. So it'll be second down and 10 yards to go. 7:24 here to go in this third quarter. Miles Johnson at the bottom of your screen. Olders in shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and he rifles it into the coverage right off the hands of Joey Kittlestad in tight coverage there.
Yeah, some sloppy offensive plays early on. I think that's going to be a momentum mover, and I think that's what's going to be one of the keys in deciding this game.
Yeah, that ball hit Kittlestad in the chest. That's a catch that he should make, and that could ruin this Tigers offensive drive. But let's see if the Raiders can get off the field first. Olders once again in shotgun. This time he'll just give the ball to Sexton, who has room, and he runs for a first down. On 3rd and 10, the Raiders give up a 10-yard run, and that is not what you want to see.
Definitely not, Max. I think we want to see a little more out of this Scarsdale front four. They did pretty good in this last drive, but I haven't seen too much from them this drive. We'd like to see him clean it up a little bit and stop these gaps.
Yeah, you know, it's not a good sign for your defense when typically the offense running on 3rd and long is a sign that they're just going to give up on the drive and play the field position game, but that's not what happened there as Sexton gets the ball once again. This time is hit and we'll only get a couple. But as I was saying, it's not a good sign when the offense is able to run the ball for 10 yards down the throat of your defense on 3rd and very long. So it'll be 2nd down and about 8 yards to go now. The ball at the Raiders' own 44-yard line. Olders gives it to Sexton again, and he's tripped up immediately. And he'll get nothing on the play. Ryan Gilligan on the tackle.
You know, Max, in previous games, I think we saw a lot more from Ryan Gilligan on the offensive game. I'm curious to see if they can make that adjustment in this half and putting him on the offensive more. I would think he's leading the team in touchdowns. I think that's one of the keys. They got to put him in the goal line and give him the carries because he's a strong kid. He can break through some tackles, run after contact, and get a couple touchdowns.
So let's see. 3rd and 8. Will the Tigers give Sexton the ball once again, or will Olders use his arm? He'll use his arm. Drops back. Finds his man Sexton. Breaks one tackle, but he cannot escape Trevor Knopp. There is a flag on the play. Let's see what the call here is. They will pick up the flag. And so the defense gets a stop. Big, big play by this Raiders defensive unit to get the Tigers off the field.
Multiple defensive stops in this second half early on. I think they got a little bit of aggression. They were not happy with how they did in this first half, despite the score still being 0-0. And I think they're really making an effort to give the offense a chance to win this game for them.
So the officials respot the ball. And so once again, it'll be Camden Matlis and Mikey Vibert back to receive the punt. End over end kick. Vibert calls for the fair catch, and he handles it right around the 15-yard line.
Mikey Vibert at the Raider 15. They'll take over first and 10. With 5:04 left in the third quarter.
Where you go, 2-4?
So let's see how the Raiders offense can respond after that last touchdown drive. Ebner Borst back under center. He'll keep it himself once again, and he'll pitch it back to Trevor Knopp, who nearly fumbles it but holds on. Risky play there from Ebner Borst, pitching it backwards.
Really lucky to hold on to it. It looked like he got hit as he had the ball with only one hand. I thought there was a strong chance of a fumble there. Great.
Yeah, as you can see on that replay there, Knopp with the one-handed catch. Really impressive way to haul that one in, saving a near costly turnover. So Ebner Borst back under center. He will give it to Camden Matlis, who gets about a yard, and it'll be 3rd down and about 3 yards to go.
Ball carried to number 44, Ryan Gilligan. Gain of a yard on the play. They'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Nice play there by number 5 of the White Plains Tigers to shed that block from Ryan Gilligan. So big play here for the Raiders and for White Plains Tigers. Can they get off the field? Ebner Borst will give it to Gilligan, and he will be just short, I believe. Wow, big play.
Curious to see if they go for it here, Max. They got a little bit of momentum. They've gotten multiple defensive stops, and they looked pretty good in the last drive on offense. I think they could go for it here and try to push forward with the short game to go.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to go for it. Oh, they give the Raiders the 1st down. A huge turn of events. Not sure what happened there. They originally marked him short, but I guess after some discussion, they gave him an extra yard. White Plains is going to feel robbed after that one. They thought they had him short. Ebner Borst will keep it once again, and he'll run up the middle. And he'll get about 5. So the game plan coming out of halftime has been very clear for the Raiders. Give the ball to Ebner Borst, or not give, just let Ebner Borst run with the ball. Don't let the ball leave his hands has really been the big message here. They don't want to have any unforced turnovers or any sloppy plays. They just want to let their young quarterback go out there and run.
Yeah, you know, Max, they didn't really see much pass production in the first half, so I think that makes sense.
He'll keep it once again, make a man miss, still on his feet, and he's still running. Nice play by Nick Ebner Borst before he is shoved down by big number 56 of the Tigers.
Gain of 8 on the play. That'll be 1st down for the Raiders.
That might be Jesus Mora, but I cannot confirm. On the tackle. Very fast quarter. We are approaching the 2-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. Pitch out to Knopp, who gets a block down the left sideline, showing off his wheels. Knopp picks up a gain of about 15 and another Raiders 1st down.
Wheels are turning on the offense. They're showing a lot of strength here.
Play. 1st down, Raiders. At the White Plains 45.
Really nice block there from Camden Matlis to spring Knopp free. Ebner Borst keeps it himself. He pitches it out to Camden Matlis, who falls forward. And he'll be just short of another 1st down.
He'll gain 9 on the play. They'll bring up 2nd down and 1.
So 2nd down and 1 now.
Hey, let's go on line!
Make that 7 yards on the play. We'll bring up 2nd and 3.
There'll be 2nd down and 3, not 1.
Looks like Camden Matlis might be a little shooken up after the play. He'll get checked by the trainers.
Yeah, it does appear that Camden Matlis is a little shaken up on the sideline, talking to one of the athletic trainers. Ebner Borst loses the ball. It's on the ground. The Tigers think they have it. And they do not. The Raiders retain possession. 2 almost costly turnovers on this drive. And this game is far from over. The Raiders only lead by 6. A touchdown and the Tigers would have an extra point to go ahead in this game. So turnover like that could have been a big, big mistake.
Yeah, Max, they're driving. They're in the lead. I think they got to score here, put their foot on the gas, keep going.
And the Raiders are going to let the clock run out on the third quarter. That'll be the end of the third quarter. The Raiders lead 6-0. We will be back in a moment. All right, so we are back for the start of the fourth quarter. Raiders 6, Tigers nothing. Third down and about 4 yards to go. Ebner Borst will keep it himself. He's got room down the sideline, and he's tripped up right around the 20. That's a big first down for the Raiders. Time now a big factor for the White Plains Tigers if the Raiders are able to punch one in here. So ball right at the 19-yard line. And Ebner Borst fumbles it once again. But it looks like he was able to get back on it.
Scarsdale will lose 2 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 12.
So that's Ebner Borst's second fumble on this drive. Third almost turnover-worthy play because the Knopp pitch early on in the drive could have easily been a fumble. So I'd say 3 turnover-worthy plays so far on this drive.
Definitely. You don't want to see that. It's a risky game.
It'll be second down and about 13 yards to go. Ebner Borst is hit hard. He got lit up by number 44 on the Tigers. Wow, what a hit. He's lucky that ball was not picked off, too. He just let it out of his hand as soon as he got hit, and luckily for him, there was nobody in the area.
Yeah, evaded the block.
Wow.
White Plains looking to make a stop here.
He got lit up there. Just a miscommunication by the O-line, I guess. So a big 3rd and 13 here for this White Plains Tigers defense. Really one of the biggest plays in this game to this point. What will the Raiders offense do here? Ebner Borst just somehow gets the ball into the hands of Trevor Knopp. Somehow he was able to get that ball off. The defense knew exactly what was coming and nearly just stole the ball out of Ebner Borst's hands. Wow, what a sloppy last few plays this has been for the Raiders offense. Wow. And the Raiders are going to keep their offense out here. So this goes back to my point earlier. The Raiders don't trust Felipe Trudowski's leg.
Yeah, oddly enough, I thought he looked pretty good.
In pregame warm-ups?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very long field goal to attempt, though, but it's going to be a 4th and 20, so let's see what they got dialed up. Will they just keep it on the ground? And that is an offsides.
Flag on the play.
Number 56 just jumped offsides. And so Scarsdale will get
Encroachment
5 yards closer to the first down marker, but it is still a very, very long attempt. The fans are on their feet. One of the biggest plays in this game about to happen. Ebner Borst back under center. He's got Gilligan in the backfield. Here's the snap. He'll keep it himself, and he does not get anywhere close. He's tripped up after about 2 or 3 yards. And the Tigers offense will get a chance with 9:02 remaining in this game to go down and get a statement win over the Raiders. Let's see if this defense can hold on. What were your thoughts on those last few plays for the Raiders, Cole?
Rough few plays. I mean, they gotta, when you're in the red zone, you gotta come down and continue to some aggression. You gotta show a little force to keep going into the end zone. And they are obviously not comfortable having Felipe come out and kick field goals. So I think you gotta be more aggressive.
Yeah. So let's see what this White Plains offense has dialed up here. As Olders under center pitches it out to Nick Sexton, who is wrapped up and loses about 4 yards on the play. Nice tackling there by the Raiders.
Loss about 2 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 12.
Alexander Crumpkin, I believe, was in on the tackle there. So it'll be 2nd down and about 13 to go. Clock's still ticking. The handoff is to Nick Sexton, and he goes nowhere. Another big loss of yardage.
Scarsdale's D-line.
That's Aiden Brennan.
Scarsdale's D-line been in there all game. Strong and good job holding the running game.
Yeah, Max Timberger also set the edge there. Really nice play by him. And really, what's happening on this drive is the Raiders know what's coming. The White Plain Tigers have just been doing pitches, end arounds, all sorts of stuff in the backfield with Nick Sexton. They've really been using Nick Sexton. So let's see if they can try and get the passing game going. Olders breaks a tackle. He'll find Sexton, who breaks a tackle, and he's hit hard, but he'll be short of the original line of scrimmage and not even close to the first down marker. So out comes the punting unit. So a big stop by the Tigers on the Raiders offense is to no avail, and they'll just punt it away. And this is a risky punt here. The punter will be just outside of his own end zone. So a bad snap here could be very costly. Camden Matlis and Mikey Vibert once again back to receive, standing at their own 50-yard line. Here's the punt. Camden Matlis receives it. And the ref says he called for a fair catch, even though I did not see any signal. So the Raiders will take over on offense at the 49-yard line, their own 49-yard line. So the Tigers here are really, Cole, what I believe is they got to bring pressure. They got to pressure this Raiders O-line, and they're going to have to try and force a turnover. Ebner Borst with 3 or 4 really turnover-worthy plays last drive. So let's see if the Tigers defense can capitalize on one of those. Here's the end around to Camden Matlis, or Trevor Knopp, I believe. And he gets about 5 on the play.
Trevor Knopp has done a great job finding the holes in the defense and finding those extra yards. I think it's helped with Scarsdale's offense and keeping the momentum, making sure they're going to keep getting those first downs, keeping the ball moving.
As the clock is approaching the 6-minute mark, the halfway mark in this fourth quarter. A close one, low-scoring affair between the Tigers and the Raiders. Give it to Trevor Knopp once again, and this time he is dragged down, and he loses about all the yardage he gained on the previous play. So it'll be 3rd down and 9 with 5:40 to go. And you know, this kind of game was expected after last year's Raiders win at White Plains 39-30. They were due for a low-scoring defensive affair, and that is what they got tonight.
Yeah, every point is going to matter in this game. Still 6-0. Game has not been very offense heavy.
It is not. So on 3rd and 9, Ebner Borst under center. And he gets the defense to jump off sides. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty, and it'll set up 3rd down and 4. So much more manageable now for the Raiders and this run-heavy offense. Let's do the replay. Ebner Borst. And there's a false start. So the yardage that they just got on the offsides will be negated. That was Alex Leroy there moving a little early.
We're continuing to see a sloppiness of the offensive line and D-line getting a lot of flags.
So here's Ebner Borst, and he'll give it to Ryan Gilligan, who has a seam, carrying a man, and that's a 1st down for the Raiders. With just about 4 minutes remaining in this game, a huge run by Ryan Gilligan, and a big-time 1st down for the Raiders.
That's the big play this Raider offense needed. Now they're going to try to take away these last 4 minutes before the end of the game.
So let's see if the Raiders can just milk this clock now and secure a huge win, a non-conference game, which is huge for playoff seeding against the White Plains Tigers. And if they can win this game and they can beat Suffern next week, then they could very well be hosting a home playoff game, which we would hopefully get to broadcast, which would be very exciting. There's Knopp on the end around, spinning down. Trevor Knopp working hard for those few yards he gets. Gain of about 1 or 2. Clock ticking now, approaching the 3:30 mark. White Plains is going to have to start thinking about burning those timeouts. Ebner Borst gives it. No, he keeps himself. He's got a hole. Racing down the field, and that's another Raiders 1st down.
Run game's working, Max. May as well continue it. They are trying to get out of this game. Tough fought game, both sides.
Yeah, the Raiders really showing off in the trenches. These last few plays really starting to get something going and moving the ball well. Crushing for the White Plains Tigers. So 2:25 to go in this game. White Plains needing a stop, needing a turnover, needing something to give their offense another chance. Force gives to Gilligan, who fights for about 5 yards, and the Tigers will use their first timeout.
Down to the White Plains 10-yard line. Coming up 2nd and 8. Timeout, White Plains.
So here we go, as the Raiders offense comes back out onto the field. Ebner Boris in the backfield. He'll give it to Gilligan, who has room, diving into the end zone. Ryan Gilligan, touchdown Raiders, and that'll put this one on ice.
Yeah, Max, I can very well see it. There's still a little under 2 minutes left, but with what the White Plains offense has done thus far, I think we could see that being the final score.
And it looks like the Raiders might be eating some tiger for dinner tonight. Looks like the Raiders will go for 2 here. So Ebner Borst back under center. He'll throw it up. What a catch! Wow! Mikey Vibber goes up, high points the ball, and comes down with a heck of a contested catch there to make it a full 14-0 lead. Ebner Borst just threw it up, said a prayer, and Vibber came down with it.
You know, Max, that definitely makes up for the bad snap on the last touchdown. So now we're going to see the White Plains offense score 2 touchdowns with 2 PATs.
Wow! Look at that replay. That was like the Garrett Wilson juggling catch against the Bills in Week 1. That ball just banged off the defender's head, banged off of Vibbert's leg, banged off his chest, banged off his hand, and somehow the ball ended up in between his 2 hands. Wow. He was surprised that he caught that himself. That was unreal. .153 to go in this one, and the fans are starting to hit the exits. $14-0 Raiders, and they are on the verge of getting a must-needed win to kind of put the loss of Mihal Walsh in the past. You know, the thing about the Mihal injury is you really hate to see a kid like that go down. You know, was playing so hard this year on both sides of the ball, as Scarsdale will try another pooch kick, and it'll be fumbled and recovered by the Raiders. So the pooch kick finally works. Third time is the charm, huh, Cole?
Definitely is. Scarsdale's special teams coming up big there.
And I believe that was Max Timberger on the recovery. And as Spencer Sarachek would say, who's in Ohio, good things happen when Max Timberger is on the field. So if the game wasn't already over, that one will put an end to it. And as I was saying before about Mihal Walsh, you know, really hate to see that happen to the kid. Really working hard all offseason, played a vital role on special teams, you know, giving players a rest on defense, and he was not slacking. I mean, he had a huge sack against the Yonkers Brave team a few weeks ago, you know. that's just something you really hate to see. Broken fibula, underwent surgery this morning. He's with his teammates today on the sideline with a big cast on his leg. But, you know, Mihal Walsh was a player who was really starting to get going this season, and it's just terrible to see him go down like that. So the Raiders will burn a timeout with 1:50 to go here. Players starting to celebrate on the sidelines, high-fiving. And, you know, this is a big win. No Seth Shellen, the team's #1 corner. No Spencer Rosen, the senior quarterback. Obviously, no Mihal Walsh. Team just banged up all around overall. You know, that's a big win for this team. So they'll get a little momentum going into probably the biggest game of the season next Friday night against Suffern. A game, I should say, that could determine playoff seeding and whether or not the Raiders will be hosting their first playoff game since 2017. Student section now almost completely emptied out as there's a run.
Third carry by the Raiders, tackled by host the Tigers. Gain of 5 on the play, they'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5 there.
Still good.
1:20 now left in this. Abner Borst gives it to Gill, who is tripped up for about a yard or the 3rd down, 4 yards to go.
They'll bring up 3rd and about 6.
Clock still running. About 55 seconds to go in this one. Raiders taking their time. And this will more than likely be the final play of the game. White Plains Tigers will fall to 0-5, Cole. Not the start that you would have expected from them.
Yeah, definitely not. On this Raiders side, they now have a winning record and will hope to carry the momentum from this win into another big game next week against Suffern, as you said before.
Yeah.
Timeout Scarsdale.
So the Raiders will burn a timeout with 23.6 to go.
That's their 2nd of the half.
In the 5th game of the season, as Mihal Walsh over there waving to the camera. You can see him on the bottom right hand of the screen, number 10. And there's a little close-up on him. He has the stream that he is on the camera right now. Mihal Walsh is on LocalLive.
Quite the athlete, Max.
Yep. Sits next to me in math class. Great student in the classroom. So with 23.6 to go, Abner Borst will give the ball off to, I believe, Ryan Gilligan. And that should do it.
You know, Max, hard-fought game. At the end of the day, it really came down to those final couple possessions. The second half was the deal breaker. Nothing really happened much in the first half.
So that'll do it. The Scarsdale Raiders 14, White Plains Tigers nothing. The Raiders move to 3-2 on the year, get above 500. That's a big win for this Raiders team. And that'll do it here from Butler Field. Signing off, Max Florin,
Cole Sperling.
We'll see you next week against the Suffern Mounties.